Our epic road trip out west started all the way back in Georgia, and along the way we've hit some pretty incredible places. For the last little while we've been exploring Glacier National Park, hiking, camping, boating, and eating way too many huckleberry treats. And now we've reached the end of our glacier adventure in the St. Mary area, where we hung out with a bear, hopped on a boat, raced to not miss the boat, and savored our last few days in Glacier National Park. We headed out on the east side of the Going to the Sun Road. We did the first half earlier from Apgar on the west side to Logan Pass. The cool thing about coming from the east, you don't need a vehicle reservation. That's right, no 5 a.m. panic clicking on recreation.gov. The scenery here looks very different. Back in 2014, a wildfire tore through this area and it really changed the landscape. What used to be dense forest is now wide open, with burned tree trunks like nature's toothpicks standing tall. But the upside? You get these big dramatic mountain views that you couldn't see before. There are tons of scenic pull-offs and hikes on the east side heading up to Logan Pass. And the best part? Kevin is finally getting used to driving this road. The fear of heights? Let's just say it's downgraded from screaming to nervous humming. Progress. Even though we were based on the east side, we couldn't leave without doing the Avalanche Lake Trail that everyone was raving about. So it's really crazy because it's been a few days, I don't know, maybe like a week almost, maybe, since we've been on the west side, and the leaves are changing already, like so much more from when we were here just last week. It's crazy. So we've decided to drive down a little bit further from the east side to the west side because we want to do the Avalanche Trail that we didn't get to do before, but we heard was so great. So that's where we're headed for our hiking today. So we're starting late today and we were able to get a parking spot. Amazing. We need to play the lottery. This trail is totally different from the others. Lush, shady forest, mossy ground covering, and cool air that feels like nature's air conditioning. This is a perfect trail if you can't get out until later in the afternoon, and it's going to be a little bit warmer out. It's super shady and cool down here.
Yeah, and gorgeous. It's very beautiful down here.
The lake itself is stunning, complete with a waterfall cascading down the cliffs. I'm going to give the Avalanche Lake Trail off of the, what is it, the Cedar?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Avalanche Lake Trail, but it's off of the Cedar Trail, which has a different name, I can't think of it. But I give it an A+. It is a beautiful, nice, shady trail.
Yeah.
A good amount of, like, enough elevation and distance to make you feel like you've worked a little.
Yeah.
And gorgeous lake at the end. I'd say if you could go in the morning.
Go in the morning.
Just because less people. We didn't see any bears on the trail, probably because there were a lot of people. It kind of felt like hiking a conga line. But on our way out, we spotted a bear down by the river showing off for the crowd. Definitely one of the major highlights of the trip. We couldn't snag a spot at St. Mary Campground, but we landed at the East Glacier St. Mary KOA, just 5 miles from the entrance. This KOA is actually really nice and feels really comfortable. Like, we love the national park campground and state parks and all of that, but this has been a nice surprise too.
Nice thing about a KOA too is they have laundry facilities, and we have a small camper, so we have to do laundry every few days. So.
Yeah, it was time to kind of reset. What do you think, Coda? Yeah, since they're not very dog friendly at the national parks, it's a little bit easier for him here. So first of all, they have a hot tub, very nice, Kevin likes that, and a ginormous pool.
One cool thing is they have several bathhouses, so they have one at the pool, they have one up at the main office, and they have another one as well, so it's actually pretty good as far as how many different places you can go to if you need to.
So if you look right here, they've got some games.
So looks like you got some cornhole. Also have some, what do you call that, horseshoes. And
a putt-putt.
Yeah. Of course, they don't have lawn darts because that's too dangerous these days. Even though we played it as kids in the 70s, hey, you know what I'm saying? We didn't need helmets back then. Or life jackets. Or seat belts.
Moving on.
Surprised we survived.
And one of my favorite parts, they have a coffee bar, complete with lattes, iced coffee. Honestly, it was a win. Plus, Coda loved all the extra space to stretch out. For our final adventure in Glacier, we hopped on a scenic boat tour of St. Mary Lake. We're getting ready to go on the boat ride, and it has officially become winter here overnight. It's freezing.
5 minutes.
Imagine glassy blue water, mountains towering over you, and the sound of nothing but waves lapping against the boat. The boat dropped us off, and from there it was Waterfall Central. First up, Bering Falls, a smaller cascade that feels like nature's appetizer. Cute, refreshing, gets you excited for the main course. Next, St. Mary Falls. This one is famous for its unreal turquoise blue water, the kind of color that makes you question if someone spiked the river with Gatorade. It's a multi-tiered fall, loud, powerful, and yes, it's basically Glacier's version of white noise. If you've got a little extra energy, keep going and you'll hit Virginia Falls. And let me tell you, this one is tall, dramatic, and sprays you down like you just stepped into nature's cold shower. Seriously, forget the KOA pool. This is the real deal. All right, we made it. Now we have to hurry and get back to the boat because they told us not to go quite this far, but we really wanted to see this falls too. So we hurried and we got to hurry back.
All right, we made it back with time to spare. The boat's not even here.
Yeah, like 20 minutes to spare. We could have been at the falls for a while. Glacier National Park is a place where you can't just describe. It's something you have to feel. The mountains, the lakes, the wildlife, it's beauty beyond words. Out here, you get the chance to reset, to trade screens for scenery, stress for stillness. Watching the animals reminded us that we're just visitors in their home, and we're so thankful they chose to share it with us. We're also deeply grateful to those who came before us, who had the wisdom and the forethought to protect these lands so that all of us can experience them today. Because of their vision, we get to hike these trails, see these views, and feel this peace. This place is joy, it's renewal, it's awe, and it's a reminder of why protecting wild places matters. Glacier truly is a gift, and we can't wait to come back. Remember, get out there, have an adventure, and be free. See you in the next adventure.